happening, and we've got all kinds of weird and wonderful ingredients going on because very soon at Leverstoke Park it's going to be the Amateur Barbecue World Championship, which is happening on the 3rd, and then there's the Professional Championship the day after. And the man who is organising that is a man who you might probably remember as being the 1979 Italian Grand Prix winner. It's Jody Scheckter who is with us this evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. The first question I have to ask you, thanks for coming in, is Formula One driving to farming now. How did that all happen?
I actually had one in between. I started a company in America. But I've always been a foodie and a health fanatic, so when I came back to England, I bought 530 acres, and then I was completely out of the business and said, OK, I'm going to produce the best tasting, healthiest food for myself and my family, and that's really how it started, as a bit of a hobby.
And you're a biodynamic farm, which is one step up from organic, isn't it? Yeah,
we're organic and biodynamic, and we go further. We look all around the world to try and find the latest methods and ideas on, basically I call it natural farming.
And being a South African, obviously an expert barbecuer, as all South Africans are, if that's not generalising too much. And you've brought some excellent bits and pieces from your farm in this evening. What have you brought in with us?
We got some a sausage, which in South Africa it's called boerewors, which is farmer's sausage, and then we've got some burgers, buffalo burgers, and a buffalo fillet steak, and some beers and mozzarella.
The beer is going down very nicely, very nicely. Even organic beer as well, which is excellent news. So Ian has got the barbecue going now. How long do you reckon till we can start cooking, Ian? Because the one rule of barbecues is wait for the flames to go out, isn't it?
Well, Jody's been giving me some assistance because I think I lit rather a big fire.
It's big. How many big bags of charcoal are in there?
Just one big bag, but the fan from the Wave 105 office has assisted. So I mean, we were 10 or 15 minutes off it. Well, probably even less than that. If we put a bit of water on, we can damp it down Jody said he wants to do most of the cooking this evening, and good for me not to do it.
After our effort last night, Ian, I would say leave it to the expert. Wave 105 with Oasis and Wonderwall. This is Andy Jackson here on the evening show. Sunday night's always a bit of a chilled out affair with food and music. Coming up after 9 o'clock tonight, live in session, we got the Velvet Hearts, who were supporting Bon Jovi. So they're going to be good, and they're coming in to do a little acoustic set for us as well. But of course, as it's a summer's night, there is nothing quite like the sizzle of a barbecue, and that is, thank goodness, exactly what's happened with half an hour to go on the show this evening. My guest this evening, as always, Ian Nelson from Sunnyfields Farm, but also tonight, special guest chef who's in charge of the barbecue at the moment. It's Jody Scheckter, who was the winner of the 1979 Italian Grand Prix. Formula One driver turned farmer now at Leverstoke Park Farm, and we're doing a barbecue in celebration of the fact that as part of the Field to Fork show, there's the British Barbecue Championships going on next weekend, with the amateurs on the Saturday and the pros on the Saturday. You've got some good judges going on there as well, haven't you, Jody? You've got some real celebrities coming in to do a bit of judging.
Yeah, we got Raymond Blanc and Ashley Watts from the Fat Duck, and then we have 4 food critics as well.
So it's going to be a real good thing for all the family to go along to. And I can hear, at last, I can hear some sizzling going on the barbecue at the moment.
Yeah.
So is that sausages with the smoky bacon and pork, wasn't it?
Nearly ready.
It's very good indeed. And I did nip out a second ago because I'm stuck indoors at the moment. I did nip out into the Wave 105 garden. You brought some of your mozzarella cheese as well, and I was asking where exactly, what animal is it that the mozzarella comes from? Which animal is it? Ian, maybe you're more qualified to answer that one.
Are you asking us?
I'm asking you, yes.
Buffalo. Water buffalo.
Water buffalo.
Yeah, Italian would never eat mozzarella that's come from a cow.
So it definitely has to be water buffalo. It's got a very sort of creamy, smooth and slightly salty texture as well. Yeah. So the genuine stuff from water buffalo. Just to explain what's going on, as I say, I'm indoors and the guys are outside on the barbecue. So it is, we like to make things as complicated as we possibly can on a Sunday evening.
I'll tell you something out here. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, Andy. Jody keeps throwing beer on the barbecue. I'm not sure if that's a waste or not.
Maybe that is a way of, maybe that's like the secret ingredient. Maybe that's the special South African thing that we haven't picked up on.
Very much so, yeah. You've got to have beer on the barbecue.
Beer on the barbecue?
Moistens it and gives it flavour.
OK, well, I shall be tasting, hopefully, some of that very, very shortly. Yeah. Wave 105, Jack Johnson, You and Your Heart on Wave 105. So our guest this evening, Ian Nelson from Sunnyfield, who is co-hosting the barbecue with Jody Scheckter, world champion, Formula One driving from 1979, and turned farmer as well. And he's brought some of his goodies in from Laverstock Park Farm this evening. And I think, Ian, we're just about ready to have a little taste, are we not?
Yeah, we've got... It's all in here, chopping boards, plates, a little bit of salad as well. You always need some greenery.
OK, well, I can take or leave the salad, to be quite honest, but this has been on the barbecue now for, 30... The barbecue's been on for 30 minutes, been cooking for about the last 5 or 10 minutes with the secret ingredient of the beer. And are we nearly ready to taste some sausage? Let's get a little bit just going on a plate now as we speak. Fabulous. So this is smoky bacon and pork.
Yeah.
And first taste of this.
Smoky buffalo and the other smoky pork.
Once again, it's got such a juicy, succulent texture to it. It's absolutely fabulous. And I'll tell you what, for a barbecue, because normally when most people do a barbecue, it tends to be a little bit charred on the outside, but obviously the secret ingredient of the beer has done absolutely perfectly with that. And what's coming over next? What's on the next one? Or is that the... We're all too busy eating now. Thank you very much.
That's a buffalo burger.
So this is the buffalo burger, which has got an amazing flavour, I have to say, actually. So succulent and juicy. Sort of slightly beef-like, isn't it? But
a buffalo is really an undeveloped cow.
Yeah,
so it grows much slower, and the milk is much, got twice as much solids. Slow-growing animals are normally better.
And I'll tell you what, you can certainly taste the difference. That is fantastic. We are going to give away some tickets as well, by the way, to the Field to Fork show, of which the Barbecue World Championships are part of next weekend. And we'll come up with a question for that very shortly. We'll do that in 5 minutes or so. After this, from Adamski, here's Killer. And Breathe Slow on Wave 105, the evening show with Andy Jackson here. And on Sunday nights, there's always a bit of food and music fest. And this evening, the food courtesy of Jody Scheckter, who is Formula One driver turned, world champion, turned farmer at Laverstock Park Farm at the moment. And we did set a little question earlier on for tickets to the Field to Fork show, which is happening next weekend. And this is Scott, who is on the line. Whereabouts are you phoning from, Scott?
From Whiteley.
OK, and the question we asked was, where does mozzarella come from? And if you were listening earlier on, you should have heard the answer. What is your answer?
Water buffalo.
Water buffalo is the expert. Jody, can you confirm, is that the correct answer?
That's the correct answer. Real buffalo mozzarella.
Excellent. Which I've never had the sort of real proper stuff before. And we're in the middle of sampling ice cream as well, and you do an amazing coffee ice cream as well, which is my favourite. And what's the Dolce one?
The Dolce, well, some people like the Dolce, some people like the coffee, and the natural, actually, surprisingly, a lot of people like that.
And the Dolce is like a sort of almost a caramelly thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of like boiled condensed milk. It's fabulous. So, Scott, you'll be able to sample all those and maybe even have a go at barbecuing yourself next weekend. Enjoy your day out. All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for your call. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.